Hello, in this video we will be visiting each Ice Crown Citadel 25-man boss, and we will quickly review Mage specific parts of that encounter. First we have Bargarh. Stack on the boss, do your rotation. When spikes come up, just toss some instant arcane explosions. Continue with your rotation. Then when you get to whirl phase, stand somewhat near the center. Make sure not to blink out to the edge. Bargarh is going to whirl and he will go often towards the furthest person. If you blink out, that's going to be you, and you don't want to be the one he's whirling on. If you get cold flame onto you, just toss up the frost ward and move out of it. If blinks up, use it. And next up we have Lady Deathwhisper. During the first phase of Lady Deathwhisper, you should be DPSing the boss, unless ads spawn. When the ads spawn, there's two types, Fanatics and Acolytes. All you have to kill is the Fanatics, then get back onto the boss. Occasionally throughout the fight, Lady Deathwhisper will mind control your allies, at which point you should sheep them. This happens throughout the entire encounter. During the second phase, if you're on hard mode, ads will continue spawning, and if your strategy calls for it, continue DPSing them. Otherwise, watch your threat on the boss. She will do a debuff on the tanks, reducing the threat they cause, and tank swaps will be required. Watch your threat. Also, the hardest part in this phase is ghosts. Ghosts will spawn and randomly target you or someone near you. You need to run away from the ghosts. If it's hard mode, ghosts will also AoE around them when they explode. If two AoE next to you, you'll die. If one AoEs and a frostball happens at the same time, you die. Avoid ghosts and win. And in this fight, green shit on the ground is bad. Stay out of it. There's also a curse the Acolytes cast called Turquoise or something stupid. You should dispel it off yourself, and if your strategy calls for it, dispel it off other people. We have druids handle it. I'm not going to explain bow fight, we're going to skip to Saurfang. Something unique for this fight is Amplify Magic. It's useful, put it on everyone. Pick a spot 10 yards away from everyone else, DPS the boss, and when ads spawn, DPS the one you're assigned to. If you get Mark of the Fallen Champion on you, pop an armor protection, pop an indestructible potion. It'll increase your armor, reducing the damage you take. Also, if you can, try to get into melee range, behind the boss. This will make it so the boss will not cast Blood Nova on you. If he Blood Novas you, it could possibly kill you. So get behind the boss if you have Mark of the Fallen Champion. And next up is Festiga, which is even easier than this. Pick a spot at range, stay there. If green stuff falls onto you, move a little bit. Once it lands, move back. First punch and blight, ice block right before it hits. Second one, cast invis right when he starts casting punch and blight. And next is rot face. If it's normal mode, stand in melee range. If it's hard mode, stand out at ranged. He has a frontal slime spray. Just blink out of the way, or if you're in melee, just move out of the way. He's gonna cast mutating injection. If it lands on you, bring your slime that spawns to the big ooze. If you have mirror images up, it won't follow you. Because of this, some people say not to cast mirror image, but all you can do if you have mirror images up is wait for it to end. If you're standing out at range, occasionally there'll be a slime pool that spawns under you. Just blink to the right or to the left, get out of the way, and move 5 feet when the big ooze explodes. That's it. Next up we have Professor Putricide. Phase 1, kill slimes. Transition, if you're doing normal mode at 80%, you should cast invisibility. If you're doing hard mode, do your thing, target the slime that you get your debuff for, and try to stack up for the green one. If the green one targets you, ice block, and it'll run around in circles for 10 seconds, then it will come back to you, and you can blink away. Usually this is long enough to kill that. And then you transition again. Second phase, avoid malleable goo, screen stuff that gets thrown at you on normal mode. There's 2, hard mode there's 3. You only know where one of them is going, the other 2 are random. So keep your eye out, watch where they're going, avoid them. Continue DPSing the slimes. And transition again is at 35, same thing as the last one, and then phase 3, where you just burn the boss down. Oh, and avoid the orange vials on the ground. They spawn in melee, shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. The only extra thing in phase 3 is the pools no longer are sucked up. You just have to avoid them and DPS race him down. Next up, Dreamwalker. Dreamwalker is the same on Heroic and Normal. It's mostly a healer fight. Special thing you have to do is cast Amplify Magic on Dreamwalker. Otherwise, kill the ads following the priority list of Blazing Skeletons, then kill Suppressors, then the Banshee looking things, and then the A-bombs, worms, then the A-bombs. It doesn't really matter. If blistering zombies come up, help kill them quickly. That's it. Next up is Sindragosa. What you have to look out for throughout this fight is Unchained Magic. If it's on normal mode and it's long before the air phase, go ahead and cast your Heart's Content, and right before the backlash effect is about to go off, Ice Block. And stay in the Ice Block until the next set of Unchained Magic is out. If it's Heroic mode, save your Ice Block till the end of the fight, the third phase, and if you get Unchained Magic, Ice Block right away. The Ice Tombs, place them wherever you're supposed to place them for your raid strategy during the air phase and third phase. And during the third phase, don't let the magic buffet that she casts on you stack past 3. 5 is the maximum you should let it get to. In any case, just get behind the Ice Tomb like I did there to clear it. Next up is Blood Princess Council. If you have to tank this fight, I suggest you watch my other YouTube video of me tanking it. Otherwise, throughout the fight, what you have to worry about is Empowered Shock Vortex. For this, you need to spread out from everyone else at least 10 yards. I think it's actually 11 to be exact. And if a fireball gets targeted at you, run away from it. If it's Heroic mode, make sure it passes over people. Also on Heroic mode, anytime you move, you get a debuff called Shadow Prism. The more you move, the more damage you take, so avoid moving on Heroic mode. Also during the fight, the hardest part for ranged classes is kinetic bombs. Keep them in the air, don't let them hit the ground. Hunter pets work great for this. For BQL, stay spread out 10 yards all times, especially during the air phase. If you get Blood Pact, run to the middle or wherever your convergence point is. If you get Swarming Shadows, either Ice Block it or Kite it as if it was Legion Flame. It's the same exact fight on normal and Heroic, and good luck getting bit early. My advice for you on Lich King is to be Fire. And that's all I can really suggest. It's a complicated fight, and you're gonna have to read up and study it on your own. Thank you for watching so far, and good luck in Ice Crown.